Does anyone have a clue what this is? I talked about it in my live.
Wait. This is what happens when you teach the basics of like how to use a computer to a caveman and then you just let him run loose. There's no way. 8 p.m. Eastern. This is nothing short of astronomical. I am at a loss for words to meteorologically describe you the storm's small eye and intensity. 180 miles per hour max sustained winds and gusts 200 plus miles an hour. This is now the 4th strongest hurricane ever recorded by pressure on this side of the world. The eye is tiny at nearly 3.8 miles wide. This hurricane is nearing the mathematical limit of what Earth's atmosphere over this ocean water can produce. I saw a meteorologist say if there was a Category 6 hurricane, Hurricane Milton would be a Category 6. I heard meteorologists were crying on television when describing what this impact is going to look like.
It's just an incredible, incredible, incredible hurricane. It has dropped... It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific. Maximum sustained winds are 160 miles per hour, and it is just gaining strength in the Gulf of Mexico, where you can imagine the winds. I mean, the seas are just so incredibly, incredibly hot. Record hot, as you might imagine. You know what's driving that. I don't need to tell you. Global warming, climate change, leading to this. And
oh, I'm tuned out. That's fake news, man. He's crying. A classic liberal media doing fake news again. What is this? You telling me this ain't real?
What in the world is Noah doing here? I've never seen this type of flight pattern. Now, obvious.
What? No way. This guy's not this stupid, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like 98% of conspiracy theories unironically stem from people just like not knowing how things work and then slapping on a scary music TikTok sound over it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is 56,000 likes. Dude, how do you think we map out hurricanes ahead of time? Magic? Do you just think critically about this? Okay. Do you think we just like look at it with our eyes when it's literally in the middle of the water? How do you think people figure out the trajectory and the intensity of a hurricane? Oh my God, this guy, you could make these people believe anything, bro. Like he said he's never seen anything like this before. And I don't understand why he's saying that. If he's knowledgeable enough to look for this flight, he should understand what the purpose of it is.
What in the world is Noah doing here?
Like, what do you think? What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Please let me look at the comments. Like they gotta be ripping him, right? Cloud seeding to intensify the storm. Always around election time, things get nut. Just saying. Cloud seeding to direct hurricane. Who's piloting the plane? Do they have a soul? Oh my God. I haven't seen a single unpopular opinion, but no always flies hurricane to get wind speed. Oh, thank God. Only 55 likes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why did you say it's an unpopular opinion? It's not an unpopular opinion. It's just what it's doing. What is happening? What? Okay. And cloud seeding, that's not unpopular. That's just a true and logical opinion. People act like the NOAA doesn't have a whole part of it just for taking readings on storms. Basic science, publicly available science. It's the unpopular opinion in this comment section. Wrong. That information can be done without flying into the storm. It's called weather manipulation. Try accepting that the government is at war with the people.
I've never seen this type of flight pattern. Now,
what do you mean? You've never seen? What are you talking about, dude? Literally go a week prior to see the exact same thing in the, oh my God, he's going to do that. He's going to map out NOAA flights and be like, they seem to keep flying in the direction and around the hurricanes. What are they doing in there? And the answer is like obvious. That is crazy. Like I wasn't born with this knowledge. Okay, I didn't know either, but like there was never a moment in my life. I feel like there's definitely just something broken with people's brains. Like never in my life was I like, I wonder if there is a logical reason for why a flight would fly directly into the hurricane. Perhaps there is some reason that I can't comprehend. Okay, that's how you're supposed to start this conversation. The conversation normally can never start with, oh, the plane is flying into it. The government plane is flying into the eye of the hurricane because the government wants to kill everyone in Florida. Okay, that can't be your starting point. That is an insane starting point. If you don't know what it is, one, you can Google it. Like you can be like, why? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Why does the NOAA fly into, wait, what? Israel is the first thing that came in. Fly into the eye of the storm. Okay. Here it is. Flying through the eye of the storm. NOAA hurricane hunters. Now, obviously, we've already done this on the broadcast. I've shown you very cool videos on this broadcast. One of the coolest videos was conducted by Adam Conover when he did this. Basic documentary series, this mini documentary series about like all of the different ways in which the government works in a way that is virtually invisible, that you don't really comprehend, that you take for granted, right? One of that was directly this. The NOAA and how it maps out hurricane patterns and looks at the intensity of the storm. Okay. It's a fantastic video. We know about this already, but one thing that I wanted to show you is how easy it is to comprehend. Yes, the docuseries is called G Word. Obama was one of the co-producers. Anyway, but like you could have done that. You could have been like, I don't really understand. What is going on here? And then you search it, you go, why does the NOAA fly into storms, hurricanes, and the like? And it's pretty simple. Like it very quickly tells you, there's a summary of it. As a matter of fact, most pilots try to avoid flying an most pilots try to avoid flying an airplane into severe weather, but not the NOAA hurricane hunters. Their job is to fly specially equipped aircraft directly into the eye of the storm to collect crucial data that helps protect lives and property. Okay? It's seeding right now, flight track. Stop! Holy caught him. We freaking got him, folks. It's cloud seeding. And you know what? It's not even the Mexican government doing it. It's the United States Air Force doing it, dude. How up?
So I know the date of when all this is to take place because this movie left all the key dates. See, when the movie first starts out...
No, man, you're just schizophrenic. Nah, dude. Let me tell you something, okay? You just have undiagnosed schizophrenia. That's it. And 91,000 people also have undiagnosed schizophrenia. And that's fine. There's no issue with this, okay? There should be no stigma associated with this if only healthcare was readily available. When you watch a movie and you go, ooh, it's giving me secret messages... If like a family member was saying this back in the day to you, okay, you would go, oh, we need to get you to a doctor immediately. You have undiagnosed schizophrenia. Nowadays, on the other hand, when you have these urges, you can go on TikTok and repeat these urges, and other people who also have undiagnosed schizophrenia will go, I agree with you. I saw the same thing. Exactly. Okay. This is crazy. What is going on? Oh my God. You're not trying to even hear him out. This reeks of bias. You're right. You're not wrong. You're right. I got that liberal ass bias built into me.
You have a sunrise that is taking place. And then the movie shows this. Now, a lot of people sit here and they watch this and they think that it's a solar eclipse that's happening before your eyes. And no, that is not the case. See, for a solar eclipse, you have to have the moon in between Earth. And for a lunar eclipse, you have to have the Earth between the moon. which, as you see, you are on the moon and you are looking at Earth with the sun behind it. So yes, that is a lunar eclipse. So you're going to sit here and say, well, Ward Deadpool, there is a lot of lunar eclipses that are due to happen in the next 10 years. Which one is it going to be? And that's where this bad boy comes into play that's at the end of the movie. And there's the date. And here's the message that comes up saying that we've been under attack, there's elevated you-know-what, and again, there's the date. So here you have it, September 18th, 2024 is when a lunar eclipse is to take place, and that message comes out on September 17th, 2024. Now, I would like someone who has a little bit of experience.
Wait, this time passed. Dog, oh my God, this... Oh my God, this made it so much funnier. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, this makes it so much funnier. If you're a Christian, all you need to know is we are victorious. Those who don't believe this needs to inform yourself what's really happening around the world. Don't be blind. Wake up. Bring it on. I'm sick of waiting. The U.S. is Mystery Babylon, and it will go dark in 1 hour. I'm getting ready as much as I can. This video is from 2023. Problem is, the date that he said the world was going to end in his video titled #Civil War, #Somalia, #USA, #news, #World War III, #leave the world behind, #leave, #Easter egg, #date, #end of the world was on December 18th, 2023. After watching a Netflix show, Project Truth WDP came out with this banger of a video. The video got 91,000 likes. We are past the point of when the Earth was supposed to end. Has anyone actually gone back and checked in with this guy? Let's see what he's been saying. Oh, he pinned it. Oh, this is his last video.
What in the world is Noah doing here? I've never seen this type of flight pattern. Now, obviously, we know that it's there for the hurricane, which in less than 30 hours will become officially a Category 4 with 140 mile per hour winds. And then 12 hours from there, work its way up to
How did you figure that out? How did you figure that out? How did you arrive at this information, sir? What exactly are you looking at? How did you figure out the pattern and the flight path? How did you? I wonder. What website and resource are you using? Now, the question here to ask is, does he not ask the question, how do these guys know? I'm saying he got it from an app that relies on the flight that he is pointing to as a conspiracy.
145 mile per hour winds. Now, before it hit Sarasota, Florida, they're banking on it dropping 25 miles per hour, making it a Category 3 at landfall on Wednesday, about 4 p.m., 3 p.m. of when it'll be hitting. But what is up with this flight pattern? I literally have no idea what it's doing. And you do have another one that is going to be taking off shortly, heading in that direction as well. Also, check out all the flights that are happening in the North Carolina and Tennessee mountains. Does anyone have a clue what this is? I talked about it in my live. Maybe I'll come back and talk about it.
Wait. Bro, this is what happens when you teach the basics of like how to use a computer to a caveman. And then you just let him run loose, okay? You just let him run loose online. There's no way. Like, he's looking at genuinely innovative technological product in front of his eyes, okay? People shouldn't have to know this stuff. I don't think people should have access to this stuff because we are not being responsible. You have to demonstrate basic competency before being able to log on the NOAA website, okay? Or before you start looking at flight patterns. I'm sorry. You can't. You can't. This is insane. What is this? Weird how you're not talking about the criminal Harris NOAA regime activities in Poland. White hats are saying the Biden-Harris regime has built an HAARP-like facility in Poland. German planes have been hanging out in Haiti and Cuba. Start there. Not surprised. As a longtime sub in Florida, I'm glad you're taking the time to cover it. Here's what it looks like right now in St. Pete. You know what it looks like for you? Watching an ad at the top of the hour. That's what it looks like for you, Florida chatters. Because And 3-minute ad break is coming for you. Now, if you no longer want to see those ads, well, then all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $6 or you can do for free with a Twitch Prime. Oh, there it is. I got it. I knew it was coming and I clapped it. Also, I'm certain that chatter literally stole that from another chatter. Same guy. We have spoken to a Marine sniper who reportedly now has 5 confirmed FEMA kills in North Carolina. He has told us it's the fight of our lives. So what I don't understand is when he says he's got 5 confirmed FEMA kills, is he killing FEMA people? Why are the Marine snipers killing FEMA people? That also kind of doesn't make sense, does it? That account has a community note saying Real Raw News is a satire site. And this story of U.S. Marines shooting FEMA workers is not true at all. Like all the other stories on the website. Yeah, that's what they want you to think, dude. That's what they want you to think, okay? Yeah, this is a satire. It's the real world, clown ass. Wake up! Wake up and smell the FEMA kills. Al Jazeera showed a video showing triangular-shaped object launching and intercepting missiles over northern Israel. The most popular versions of that show the secret deployment of the U.S. Army TR-3B or TR-6 Telos. Are all the sleeping sheep in the chat failing to comprehend the truth? The answer is yes. Seems like the worst case scenario for the landfall is right on Tampa, direct hit. Yeah. Obviously this will change a little bit, you know, as it nears landfall, but let's see what this is.
Alexa, did North Carolina put dry ice into the clouds for Hurricane Helene?
From fandom.com. An airplane flew along the rain bands of the hurricane and dropped nearly 180 pounds, 82 kilograms, of crushed dry ice into the clouds.
There are so many people in this world that should never have kids. This is a prime example. Fandom.com is a website for entertainment, movies, TV show, gaming, etc. Alexa is describing content from a movie or a game. This guy, on the other hand, I'm wondering if they did it again for Milton that's coming. Mine heard you and repeated the same thing. They started doing this in the 60s to stop hurricanes. In 83, it was supposed to have stopped. It looks like it made it worse. Dubai does cloud seeding for rain, ... That is not a hurricane, man. That is not... The average cloud weighs 1 million pounds, 80 pounds of dry ice. Some Americans deserve this. They sit and watch people die and post like this. It's not... The problem is that's not... Those are not the people who get punished. And there is no way to ensure that they are the only people that get punished. It's always the people that are poor that get punished. And even then, those guys shouldn't die either. I'm really curious what 180 pounds of dry ice would do. That would be gone in seconds. I can visualize how much that is because I buy it and don't think that would matter at all. Thank God for Tawny, a voice of reason. 40 replies, only 180 likes. My Alexa heard you asked and said the same. 864 likes. Isn't Fandom a website about gaming? If so, are they a legitimate source? Yes, but this is just what my Alexa used. You can search it up on other platforms for more proof. Casey Patterson did not do that. Why do you follow Harry Sasson? He's my goat. Always keep a close eye on your enemies. A close eye. A close watch. Serious question. This person wants to believe it, but is still a little skeptical. Why would they do this? Marjorie Taylor Greene, on the other hand, has an answer. They can't control the weather. This leads me to ask the following question. Is Marjorie Taylor Greene a leftist? Stand-up comedian being a right-wing shitbag on TikTok about Milton?
Get your tinfoil hats ready. I figured it out. So, you know how Hurricane Helene came through and landed in eastern Tennessee and northern Carolina and dumped tons of water and the dams broke and, you know, people are devastated. You know how that happened? Yeah, I think that was...
I can't even pay attention to this. Climate change is the new COVID. Ask your government if the weather is manipulated or controlled. Did you ever give permission to them to do it? Are you paying for it? Of course you are. I like thinking that Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't like one of those like cynical people that lean into anti-Semitism even though they don't personally believe it, but because their audience believes it, they act like it, they lean into it. And that she is the genuine anti-Semite. Like, she read Protocols of Zion and believed it, And like she had to, because she thinks Jews are this like all powerful force, she was forced to go to the fucking, she was forced to go to like a Holocaust seminar and then write like a high school report on it, but only because she was like legitimately scared by the Jews. And now in her mind, she's still like, I know I said the Jewish space laser thing was fake, but I actually believe it. And she does, in her heart of hearts, legitimately think that Jews have the weather machine. But of course, guys, it's October 7th. So obviously, the ADL and many of these institutions that are supposed to deal with anti-Semitism are far too busy yelling about your anti-Zionist Jewish queer English major on a college campus to look at a seated representative on October 7th being like, they're controlling the weather. They're doing it. We have bigger problems here at the Apartheid Defense League to deal with a sitting congressperson. She wrote an apology letter saying Jews don't have the space lasers, it's the Chinese. Making Marjorie Taylor Greene go to the Holocaust Museum is pretty funny. I went there with my brother when we were kids and we were like, well, this sucks. We already knew this stuff. And then we heard this woman say, oh my God, they couldn't wear makeup. And then realized that's who it's for. No, it was for Louisiana Congressperson Clay Higgins. It was a appropriate backdrop for him to shoot another one of his ambitious movie projects. I see all this death and destruction, and I realize we have to fund the Department of Homeland Security. My dad literally returned soup at the cafe of the Holocaust Museum, just an old Jewish man yelling about soup while a bunch of Gentiles looked on like, is this a test? That's incredible. Anyway, contrary to popular belief from TikTok and Twitter.
So maybe some of you guys are noticing this, but like,
FEMA is not stealing aid supplies, nor is it stopping aid from being delivered. Nor did FEMA reorient funds from FEMA to immigrants or something.
Like if y'all came from my timeline, when the heck did South America get pushed? Look at this.
That's interesting. Let me show you a couple of things real quick of how we're actually in two Mandela effects have just taken place. But first, I'll address your issue. Alright, let me open this chest right here. And pull out the Risk board game right here. Let's get this going. Look at that. South America right there. There's America right there. Let's see how long this takes to change. But yeah, there you go. You're right, buddy. Used to be all the way over here. Now let me explain some more of how we're in a second Mandela effect. For the first Mandela effect, people thought he was dead.
Bro, look.
See how long this takes to change. But yeah, there you go. You're right, buddy. Used to be all the way over here. Now let me explain some more of how we're in a second Mandela effect. For the first Mandela
Does he think the secret lies with the Risk board?
effect, people thought he was dead when he was really alive. They were confused on that. He actually became a president. But what if I told you now, here's the second Mandela effect, that he actually died December 5th of 2013. How there was this movie that came out in 2019 and never mentioned of how his second death actually happened in 2013. But, you know, I just won't get into all of that, or CPT and how all that works. Some of y'all probably don't even know what CPT is. Also, did you know that there's a thought of question of why everyone a week and a half ago were experiencing watching their favorite TikTok creator, and they were glitching for 5 minutes, yet they were responding to questions instantaneously and never skipped a beat. So we were living in the past, they were the future, but we were...
This has 84,000 likes. Ah, yes, Risk, the staple of all cartography. This is a good answer. The continents are always moving slowly, drifting apart from each other. That's what they taught us in school. like he's not wrong, but that's the wrong place to mention it. How do you use the right math equation and arrive at the wrong result? Oh, I'm done. I can't, dude. This is too much. Homeschooling should be illegal. And we really have to make an assessment of the lead contamination.